WCSM's General Store is brought to you by Christine Flynn, your local farmer's insurance agent. Orion Saft, the AME Group for all your technical needs. And Buy Now Closeouts, your local discount retailer. WCSM is recorded at 70X7 Studio.
Mrs. Doubtfire, one of the greatest movies of all time. Hello. Have you seen that a million times? We've watched it a million times.
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
Love it.
Renata loves that movie.
I love that movie. It's so
I'm not real happy about the ending of that movie, but did you know it was supposed to end happy? And Robin Williams thought that and said, I'm from a divorced family and children need to realize there's not always a happy ending. So
wow, that's
I didn't know that.
So sorry for the spoiler.
No,
anybody who hasn't.
And
didn't say how it ends. Not so happy.
Right.
And I would add on to that for Robin Williams. Not only does kids need to know that it's not always a happy ending.
Yeah.
The husband and wife or parents also need to know that it's divorce doesn't always fix everything.
Right.
So
very few winners.
Right. For sure.
But it's tough.
Well.
How did we get on that?
I would just Mrs. Hello.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
Right.
So good.
Good movie, though.
Well, thank you for joining us at WCSM's General Store here at the 70X7 studio. Say hey to Mike and Carter, our producers. Hey. Couldn't do it without them. Wouldn't want to. It's great to have you with us. We got some good old boys and good old girls.
We do. We got some top fans that we need to take a shout out to. We've got Makila Fair. We've got Tammy Widener, classmate of mine. I know you know Tammy. Woody Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Not Woody Harrelson.
No. I figure we like Woody Houston
Woody
better.
Houston's probably more famous than Woody Harrelson, I think. So,
Totally. We can't do it without him. Pat Stoltz, Bonnie Snow, Susan Horn, William McPike, Teresa Price, Tarina Boland, Lauren Harding, Delbert Hayes, Pam Angotti, Jeff Fincham, Linda Judd, and Sheila M. Stephen.
Sheila Marling.
There it is.
All right.
You know that girl.
I do.
So.
Very, very good. Well, thanks for joining us today. It's great to have you along for the ride. I just want to talk to you guys about something. Now, you tell me, this is what I get at my house. So
a hard time.
I'm always.
Deep breath.
I'm just wondering if it's the same, if it's a guy thing or if it's just my husband. But I'm guessing it's going to be a guy thing. So
this makes me scared, actually.
True or false? So true or false? Apparently, dishwasher or the dishwasher, not like your wife, but like the dishwasher that's under.
I didn't say that, by the way.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking that.
Right, sure you weren't. The dishwasher, that goes in your kitchen under the countertop.
Yes, the appliance.
The appliance.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, the rumor is that the manufacturers recommend to put dishes in dirty. That the dishwasher actually works better if the dishes are dirty. Where Perry loses his mind if we don't Perry literally wants us to wash the dishes like they're clean and then put them in, which at that point what's the point of a dishwasher?
They're doubly clean.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I mean, now granted, they're not saying throw them in with, everything. Scrape them off and you can even rinse them, but you don't have to scrub them off and get all the debris off before you put them in a dishwasher. That a dishwasher will actually work better, be more efficient.
Will it?
That's what the manufacturers
Have you
say.
tried it?
Every chance I get.
I got a feeling the answer is yes on that one.
As soon as Perry
and they
leaves.
come out clean.
Okay.
As soon as Perry leaves. I went to Perry leaves, and then I try it.
So back in the day, I was a numbers guy, and I would bet that it would be clean, but there was always something that wouldn't. So I through my marriage, I started off as just put it in the dishwasher and let it go. And if it comes out clean, great. If it doesn't, we'll scrape
Wash
it off
it
and
again
put it back in there, right? And very few times did we have to put it back in there. So, but now I don't know. I really am more like Perry. I scrub and I make sure they soak and all that kind of stuff before I put it in the dishwasher.
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
So then I ask you this: then, what's the point of using the dishwasher? Then aren't they clean?
I don't know.
It's too much pressure.
I want them to be really, really clean. I'm just a germ freak, I guess. I don't know.
So
I just rinse stuff off and then put it in.
So yours go in
and Renata
with
probably
some
cleans
stuff
quite
on
a
them.
bit. She probably does a lot more cleaning than what I do. I just rinse and then when I do it, it's just a little bit less.
Just a rinse.
Yep.
Bill, or do you,
I got a little brush and I knock all the junk off of it.
Yeah.
So
so are yours pretty clean when they go in then?
yeah, you could
I mean,
probably
you
eat
try
off
to get-
of them, wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't
Yeah.
catch any of the previous meal off of it. So.
Yeah.
So one of my pet peeves though is kids at my house will put a dish into the sink and just let it sit there.
Yeah.
And get all, dry and
Crusty.
hard, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then, but I'm just saying, like 2 seconds worth of turning on the sink and letting water hit it, and letting it soak.
Yeah, but that's 2 seconds of video game.
That is a lot of seconds.
You didn't account for.
But then who has to come along and scrape? It's mirror.
Not
But anyway,
them.
right? Exactly.
Yeah, not them.
Exactly.
So doesn't really
and
affect.
of course, my house is a little more full than some people's house, but still, it's a little bit of an effort there. Just letting them soak. Maybe putting the silverware into a cup.
That's what I do.
Let it soak in there. But there's some things there's no way that a dishwasher is going to take off. No way.
No, I do agree with that. I mean, if it's a heavy coated like pot and pan or like a lot of stuff.
Right.
And another thing I do, because I have noticed that our dishwasher, and I don't know if it's just our dishwasher or if this is normal, when I have a dish that's had something greasy, spaghetti sauce or whatever.
Yeah.
If I put it in the dishwasher, especially if it's plastic, so like a a plastic container, that grease won't come off in the dishwasher. So I now just put a little squirt of Dawn dish soap with no water and kind of break that grease up, rinse it, and then put it in. That's the only thing I really am concerned about because the grease then gets on the rest of the dishes in the dishwasher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But so you're saying true or false? True or false? Dishes get cleaner if they're dirty going into the dishwasher.
False.
You think that's false?
Completely false.
What do you think, Bill? You think it's false? What do you think, Mark?
False.
You do? You think it's? I'm anxious to. I'll be
Are
honest.
you playing the
with you.
numbers now?
Well, I put some dishes in before coming for this show today, and one of the forks was kind of a little gummy.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
little gummy.
Right.
And so I'm
Totally clear.
gonna see if it comes clean.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't
The
know yet.
results aren't in. Okay.
I'll have to report back.
Is there anybody at home we can call and see to say, hey,
Do you honestly think they're going to check the dishwasher?
Perry would,
do they know where the dishwasher?
I got to feel Perry would check it.
No.
especially if you
Very
told us
might.
what you did.
Very might. Okay, so here's another true or false.
And
for you.
he'd be mad because you put a gaudy fork in his dishwasher.
That's right. I'm not telling him.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
telling him. It's going to
Who's
be
this?
Yeah.
It's going to be Garrett or Griffin putting the gummy fork in.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
I'm going to blame them.
That's interesting.
Okay, so here, true or false? Garbage disposal. Another bone of contention at our house. Perry says don't put anything down it. I mean, like I'm literally not allowed to use it. So my point is, why have one?
I 100% agreed.
You're with Perry. You're on Perry's team
totally
again?
with Perry because
Okay.
we've had issues with
Lettuce.
putting the stuff down and it gets all. Talk to your plumber about it. Your
Now,
plumber will tell
I
you.
know that you shouldn't put potato peels in. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one right there. But like if I've had spaghetti for dinner and there's some spaghetti noodles left on, I don't have a problem scraping that into the garbage disposal. I think the garbage disposal is going to handle that.
We have a trap.
Right.
On both of ours, right? The water gets through, but so I just take the trap out and take it to the trash can. Right? I mean that's just as easy as Really? I mean, isn't it
So you're
flipping on the switch of the? I know it's a little gross.
I see what you're saying.
Just take the
by
trap out.
you don't mean the trap in the plumbing.
No.
You mean the trap
right there in the sink.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and as that gets full, you just take it out, take it to the
So you do use your garbage disposal
I like to hear the sound.
for everything.
especially when a fork's down in there, right?
Yeah, great. As long as it's not my finger, I'm happy.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Garbage disposal and pop tabs. These
Oh.
those will make a racket too.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know. A friend of mine.
That's a
A friend
guess.
of mine told me.
Yes.
That's a guess.
Yes.
So
think
you use your garbage disposal
I do, yeah.
for pretty much everything, or what? I mean, what
a lot
won't
of
you?
items. I mean, I don't. If it looks something like potato peelings, we don't, of course. And,
But you're
yeah.
not afraid to use it for
Nah,
You ain't scared.
stuff.
You ain't
I
scared.
ain't scared.
So.
Scared.
What about you, Bill? Are you a no garbage disposal?
No, I use it, but I get irritated when things get put down there.
Do you-
Shouldn't be put down there.
Do you remember the Bob and Tom skit about this?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
Mr. Obvious. He goes, "There's some kind of animal
The Wolverine down in there.
in my sink."
I do remember
He
that.
goes, every time I turn on the switch, it's very aggravated.
Oh, he's
It's
mad.
mean. I put my hand on it one time, about ate it up.
Oh, I do remember that. That was really good. Mr. Obvious was
Mr. Obvious.
so good.
Oh yeah.
So
We need to have him on sometime.
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. So, Bill,
Obviously, that'd be a good show.
what doesn't belong in the garbage disposal then?
Well, according to one of the plumbers I've talked to, lettuce is not a good thing to put down.
Oh, lettuce is bad too?
Yeah, it'll clog it up.
Really?
I'm
Ask
with
Mary
Perry. Oh, my bad. Mary. I'm with Perry on this. If I could have mine removed, I would just remove it, but
So what
I'm not
is
going to
the
spend
purpose?
that money to have it removed.
So what is the purpose of a garbage disposal if you're not supposed to put anything in it?
Originally,
I mean, really?
Yeah, originally it was just made to grind it up to where it was liquefied and just on out
Yeah.
to dispose of into the system.
But then we realized that it doesn't work.
We realized that it gets greasy and gummy and the pipes. Again, I wish I had my plumber here to explain this, but they had to come out twice with like these great big
It's
snakes.
expensive.
Oh boy.
You know, the big snakes that have to. It was a bad thing.
For using it,
It's bad.
for just using it, period.
Yeah, period.
Period.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't put anything down it that was, that was awful, but over the years, that's what happened. So,
Tinker toy.
And so is it different?
bad.
in fact, I think we bought some stuff from Renata that didn't work. The liquid fire dynamite, crap, whatever
yeah?
that is. Yeah.
The liquid
Yeah.
fire usually works.
No, it didn't.
You gotta be careful.
That's what I'm saying. From
burn.
experience,
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering then, is a sink without a garbage disposal better? Is there less to get gummed up, or no? Is it just
I don't know. That's a really good question. But I would just say for me, it's just all about the traps, about making sure those traps catch everything before it goes down. And we haven't had a problem since. And the traps are $1.50.
you're talking about the little screens?
Yeah, little
that
screens.
fits down in your
Water goes through, but all the gummy stuff does not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, $1.50
Interesting, huh?
rather than a plumber's bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now I do use my garbage disposal. I don't put food down it because I honor my husband and
nice
that's
of
his
you.
rule.
Right.
And except for on the dishwasher, I sneak one by him on that every once in a while.
sneak a gummy fork.
in there right
I did.
now.
I did sneak a gummy fork in, but
Harry's not gonna be happy.
Oh,
he's not going to be happy.
Just wait till I
He's
call
not
him.
going to be happy about the gummy fork. But I do use the garbage disposal for, especially like if my sink's full of water, it'll drain the water faster.
True. That is true.
It's like a suction thing.
It does. You're right.
So,
you're right.
but that's really pretty much the only thing I put down it now.
Yeah.
So, and interesting.
Yeah. That is.
So, true or false? Garbage disposal, you can't put anything in it. Is that true?
I'm saying true.
True. Can't put anything in it?
You can put stuff in it.
Oh, some.
Yeah.
You're a 50-50.
I bought a bone crusher. Is the name of it. So,
Nice.
I say
Bill's shoving whole chickens down it. Nice. I'm coming to your house, man.
T-Bone
that sounds like a wrestler. The Bone Crusher. Coming to a ring near you.
That is so good.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Well,
That is
before
good.
we head off to break, I want to just thank one of our partners real quick, Buy Now Closeouts, Bloomington's first choice for steep discounts on one-offs, scratch and dent, new and used appliances, furniture, fixtures, kitchen goods, both commercial and residential. Stop by regularly, and I do encourage you to do
Absolutely.
that. Their inventory changes all the time. They are on the west side of town, West 3rd Street, and I was in there recently. They really do have an incredible variety of stuff, especially if you're remodeling or building a home.
Yeah.
Go check Buy Now Closeouts
Yeah.
first. You'll be glad you did. Stay close. More from the 70X7 studio coming up.
Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center is the place that you need to go to keep your car running in perfect order. On the outside chance your car is not running in perfect order, Chad's has a shop over on State Road 46 in Ellisville that'll give you a free estimate and reasonable rates and get your car back on the road. Now, to keep it that way, you need to hightail it over to Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center located at 1357 South Liberty Drive. You know exactly where that is. That's just right around the corner from Menards. Now, check this out. Every 7th oil change is free. That's right. Absolutely free. I don't think you can get any better than that. Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center, 1357 South Liberty Drive in Bloomington.
I apologize. I was focused on what Mark was doing, and I was not prepared for that at all. That was not Carter's fault. That was mine.
But you were focused.
All good.
Welcome
I just
back.
happened to have my earphones off at the time,
Oh,
so I'm glad I missed it.
Yeah. Anyway, I bet that'll be a great.
Yeah.
Everybody will see me. By the way, before we wanted to do this here just a second, but did you see I'm sitting in a high chair? I got a high chair.
I did notice that. You look more comfortable now.
I am.
Yeah.
Well,
the pillows were great.
The pillows were comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as cushiony.
Yeah.
But it was kind of not
stable.
I felt like exactly. And it was hard for me to get in and out of my chair, but now I got me a high chair.
That's really nice.
I'm a big kid now.
God.
I'm actually kind of almost taller than you. I mean, when I sit up straight. But
Okay.
That's really interesting. I'm taller than Bill and Mark.
What's-
So I just wanted to say that because it probably looks weird. Everybody's like, what
happened to Sheila?
Yeah. So that's
Sheila had a growth spurt.
I got me.
Finally.
Right.
I got a high chair.
Right.
So
Right. If they could only see your shoes, your comfortable shoes.
don't think I won't.
Don't think you won't. Look out, folks. I told her to wear something comfortable to the show.
Yeah.
I said, just be comfortable, will you?
Yeah.
And you did that.
I did.
Good job. Good job.
Got my house snippers on.
Absolutely. Hey, one of our great sponsors, the AME Group, one of the largest, most successful managed technology service providers are in the country. As your provider, they will support, implement, and manage all of your business technology so you don't have to worry about a thing. If you're even considering using a managed technology service, please give Orion Saft a call at 812-320-0389. That's 320 SAFT, by the way.
Oh,
Just wanted
of
to
course it
mention
is.
that. So, a friend of mine for more than 40 years. You can trust him with all your company's tech needs and know he'll take care of your business much like he takes care of his own. So give Orion a call.
And he's a good friend.
Thank you.
Oh, he's the best. Yeah.
Thank
absolutely.
you, Orion.
Good
We
dude.
appreciate you so much. All right, so
Yeah.
last segment we talked about true or false.
Are we still playing True and False?
Well, it's along the same lines, but
Okay.
not necessarily. Well, you know what? I will make this a true or false.
You will?
True or false? Your kids know where the toilet paper and paper towel is located in your home to refill the empty roll. True or false?
Well, the answer to that question is true, but I have but
But they don't do it.
they don't do it. So.
It's so difficult to
Yeah.
actually get to it.
The answer,
right?
the answer is
Yes.
true.
Yes.
I mean, to answer your question,
Correct.
it's true. They do
Correct.
know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that call for distress?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And have
Don't
you
you
ever,
love it when somebody's one square? It's like, really?
Well, that's the point.
Who did this?
Yeah, I'm
It's
with
like
you.
when you leave it, the orange juice, like a little
Yes.
Yeah.
sip.
Who does that?
That's
too?
awful. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah.
The same.
Like
way.
I know.
I love cottage cheese. Like I buy those big 3-pound tubs or whatever they are of them. You know.
You're a cottage cheese girl. Oh. Is that a yes?
I love college cheese.
College.
I love college
Okay.
cheese.
Just by itself with pepper, tomatoes,
Yes.
avocados,
No, I
potted
don't-
meat.
Cheese has to be educated.
Potted meat's good too. No, but I don't like fruit or vegetables on top of it, or I don't eat it on lettuce. I mean, I like. It's really unhealthy when I eat it. I eat it with. I love it with mashed potatoes, or I love it with potato chips, or you know what I mean. Like,
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
that. But yeah. So, but anyway, so
It's a no go
somebody-
for me. Sorry.
I've heard it's making a comeback though. Have you seen this? Cottage cheese was like crazy popular when we were kids. Kind of fell off.
It
from what I
did?
understand. Yeah, that's
It
what
didn't at our house.
I read that, and now it's making a comeback.
In fact, I keep telling Griffin he's adopted
Do you eat cottage cheese?
because he won't eat it.
I will eat cottage cheese. Yeah.
That- I'm a complete.
Now I will put pepper on it.
Oh yeah, salt and pepper.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So
A lot.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, my favorite is probably cottage cheese and pork and beans out of the can.
Together?
Side by side, a little bit on the spoon of each. Oh,
You okay?
yes.
You okay? You need a minute?
I need a moment. I just want to think about that.
Okay.
But anyway, but no. So someone the other day, I get in the cottage cheese tub, right?
Yeah.
And there's maybe a teaspoon left in there. It's like,
Somebody else in your house likes cottage cheese?
why? Oh yeah, we all eat it except for Griffin, and he's, like I said, adopted. But I just
Griffin.
don't
I
understand.
kind of like Griffin now.
I don't understand why. But it's the same thing. The
Yeah.
orange juice or a sip of milk, or
Yeah.
just finish it.
Right. Right.
Whatever.
Or replace it in the matter of
Right.
Yeah.
TP or the paper
Exactly.
towels.
Yeah. So as I was leaving the house today, there's none in the house. Like I go do all the grocery shopping, and so I didn't realize. I thought I had another big. We go to Sam's Club and get the big, 2 or 3 of the big packages.
Sure. Right.
So I went downstairs to get, and there's none.
Sheila makes one trip to
And there's-
Bloomington a month, so this is huge, right?
That's, yeah. And so then also, there's none in, because I like load up all of the bathrooms with extra rolls,
Right,
right?
sure.
Yeah.
And so there's none extra anywhere, and there's none done, and there's one roll.
What do you mean there's none?
There's no extra anywhere in the house.
That's a big house.
I looked
you-
everywhere. None.
So now what do we do?
So, well, there's one roll left. I'll have to
distress
get
call?
some. Yep. But so I don't know. Maybe I might stop and get some on the way home.
Okay. All right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Now, the other question on toilet paper is, did you leave it on the top? Or
Oh,
did
it's
Yeah.
down. Yeah, it's
Coming
gonna come
over the top.
it, yeah, because it
Yeah.
doesn't look finished. It's like an open cabinet. It's like a cabinet door open. If it's underneath, it's got to go over.
Renata is particular about it. I could care less. As long as I can get toilet paper,
As long as you can get to it, right.
completely happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. But I think it makes me feel better as it's coming over the top. I'll do it either way. It doesn't bother me, but
That's
I feel better as a person.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay,
coming
so
over the top.
I'm going to take this a little bit deeper.
Oh, my.
I am OCD about this.
Okay.
So we've got the stand paper towel holder, that sits on the countertop and you slide it down over top.
Yep.
And then it's got that little bar
Comes up.
that comes up to help
Across.
you pull it off. So does your paper towel wrap to the right or does it have to wrap to the left? You see what I'm saying?
Yes. So we have a Longaberger basket that is long like this, and two handles
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we have put up
Oh, yeah.
under the
Yep.
cabinet, right?
Oh, so yours comes down like toilet paper.
So we put it in there, and then so it comes under.
mine comes from the right, I believe.
because we rip it off
I see.
on the
Yeah.
on the basket itself.
I think for right-handed
So-
people, we're all right-handed. it comes up from the right.
Yep,
So you can
that's
pop
what
it.
I do.
Okay.
And now when and it's very rare, and it's usually Perry and not the boys, they don't notice that. They'll just plop it on there one way or
Right,
the
they
other.
don't-
Now,
But
my kids do
I'll have to come and have to flip it. It's for me.
You need to do
I'm
that,
really
don't you?
OCD about
Yeah.
the paper towel
Yeah.
coming to the right.
You bring up paper towel holder, and it always brings up a very funny story at our house because I got upset one time and grabbed the paper. It's plastic. I grabbed the paper towel holder and slammed it on the floor, and it disintegrated into pieces. My kids were like, it's like, what? So every time we talk about the paper towel holder,
wait. Were you upset about the paper towels?
no,
Or something else?
Just something general.
Oh, okay.
So
It's just
take
that's a private matter, folks. We're not going to get
I
into
had
that.
to take my aggression out on something, and the paper towel holder
And
got
it
demolished.
shattered?
It shattered to pieces. Yep.
he must have thrown it hard.
Made in China?
I got some attention. I'll say that.
I bet.
But now every time the word paper towel holder comes up in our house, it's
You know, it's-
hilarious.
It's like
Remember
11
that time?
on the volume,
yeah,
right?
that's hilarious. Remember that time Dad destroyed the paper towel?
0 to paper towel holder. Like,
Yeah,
real
right,
quick.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Anyway,
funny.
that
So I think
happened.
We all have moments like that. Do you
Right.
have a meltdown moment like that you remember? Like that's kind of like a joke now. Like I've got one. I don't have one of my.
I can tell you another one. I think I've
don't-
told you before, but I can tell you another one.
I don't have one of myself really melting down, but there was this one time, and it was before we had kids. This makes me laugh so hard. Because I can still see him in my mind doing this, and I lost it. I died laughing at him so hard. So Perry, we lived in this little bitty tiny house. Our first home was like 800 square feet, and the attic access was in this little hall like coat closet. And so we had all the closets or all the coats, and then there was like a shelf. So you had to get all the coats out, and then you had to take the shelf out, and then he had to put a ladder up, and the attic access was up here, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where I put all my Christmas decorations and stuff. So we just put all the Christmas decorations back up, and we were trying to get the closet reloaded with everything. And of course, we had just a bunch of junk stored up on that shelf too. And of course, you gotta put it up there. Everything in, everything in its place. Everything has a place, right?
Sure.
Or it won't fit. And so he was trying to put stuff back up in there. Well, he had his Bloomington Speedway like track champion plaque, Rookie of the Year plaque or whatever, and we had put it up there too. And he was trying. That was like the last thing that he had to put up in that closet, and it wouldn't. It kept falling down, and he put it up there and it'd fall down. And he just, but I mean, I don't know how many times he tried it, and finally. Like he had an out-of-body experience. I was standing behind him, being supportive.
Right.
And he literally took that plaque, he'd had enough, and was like, just started shoving it. Just like his whole body was like
Right.
having this out-of-body experience shoving
Right.
up there.
Yep.
And of course, I'd never seen him do
Right.
anything like that before. And of course,
Trying not to laugh.
Trying
Okay.
not to.
The best thing that you can do is laugh. At
Right.
that point.
Oh, yeah. They love that.
That absolutely.
Husband-
you know
husbands
what-
love that.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
when you're trying not to laugh,
Right.
It's always helpful.
Oh, yeah.
forget it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that-
Just like in church when you try not
Yes,
to laugh in church.
yeah.
Or
Like,
even worse, a funeral.
a funeral.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one for me that still
Wow.
I just lose it every time I think
Yeah.
about him, because Perry's pretty stoic. He doesn't really,
Yeah.
lose his mind. But I mean, he
But
had
when he does.
total out of body experience.
Yeah.
I've never seen, just trying to shove that thing up there, and it wasn't going to win him, wasn't going to beat him. And
Yeah.
I think actually my laughing, I think broke the ice, and then he finally realized how stupid he looked.
He didn't disintegrate it.
And then we both died laughing.
It's just time for disintegration.
So have you ever had one of those?
Yeah, I have, and it usually revolves around the kids. But and there was one, and I think I've mentioned this before on the show, but my office is downstairs, so
Oh, yeah.
I hear everything, as far as footsteps and
Arguments and
rough housing, everything, horseplay, and in my house, if you hear somebody scream, it's not that big a deal. Right. I mean, they do that.
Right.
They're kids. They yell.
and there's a lot of
But
them.
exactly. So when it continues to happen over the course of 30 seconds, 45, a minute, 2 minutes, and now I hear the walls rattling.
Yeah.
And now I hear, screaming back and forth. I can tell it is an all out
It's escalating.
fight
Yeah.
between, I can't even remember who it was, the older boys.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it wasn't resolving. It wasn't getting taken care of. So A, you're disturbing me. B, I have to come all the way up and
Right.
and solve it before somebody gets hurt or they break something or they
Or we're going to the
in my
emergency
house.
room.
Right, exactly. I didn't have time. I didn't have time to go to the emergency
It leads
room.
to paperwork.
A lot of family stories end up in the emergency room.
Exactly.
I don't know why.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there's paperwork. And nobody
all
wants to
kinds,
do it.
all kinds.
yeah.
So I just remember just flying up the stairs and in a stormtrooper type fashion and rounding the corner, and they were going at it, and I just lit up the room with a huge scream of "Get out of here! Get out of here!" And both of them went
I think it was
Opposite
louder than
directions.
that. I think it was probably louder.
opposite directions. Problem solved. I went back downstairs.
There you go.
Okay, well,
So
that's
was your blood pressure? Were you just like?
if you had a
like-
paper towel,
Oh,
if you could only had a paper towel,
Disintegration Nation. I mean, it would've been gone.
It would have solved the problem.
totally.
So you had that was an you would
Totally.
have said out of body experience.
Totally.
You'd lost your mind.
Completely lost my mind.
So
Yeah.
did they ever come back to you later and go, remember
Both
that
of
time?
both of them apologized to me later. Yeah, because once I knew that everybody was halfway safe, I left. I just got in the car and left.
Oh, yeah,
and then they both came to me and apologized after that. So yeah, it was just boys will be boys, but it gets to a point where you got to address it.
Oh,
You know,
sure.
you can't.
Yeah.
I've lost too much drywall in my house over
Yeah.
the years from these boys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so what about you, Bill? Have you ever had like a meltdown moment like that your kids would look back on now and go, remember that time?
Well, Andy still talks about the time we were building some stairs up out of landscape timbers. And I don't know what he did, but something went ajar and I smashed my finger. Well, he took off running into the garage and into the house, and I was chasing.
Did you say sugar?
Yeah, I think a couple times.
Yeah.
But he's to this day, he says that I chased him in the house with a hammer.
Oh,
I was going.
well, I don't believe that. No.
So
I did have it in my hand when Mary Ann met me at the door. So
at the time, was he responsible for that? Or you were it just hurt and you just were,
he contributed quite a
Oh,
bit.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Wow.
and he'd been giving me a hard time earlier through the
Yeah.
process.
So he had it coming.
He did.
No, totally.
so you were already kind of, worked up and then that happens and now you're just really lit on fire.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
are what makes life fun.
Oh,
I'm
man.
telling
Right.
you.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You gotta love them.
Absolutely.
Well,
God's greatest blessings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
they suck the life out of it.
And they sure do. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Right, exactly.
I'm telling you, though, mom and dad, teach your children well. Teach them where the toilet paper and the paper
Yes.
towel is.
Yeah.
And make them refill it. And,
Yeah.
on that third or fourth time they call you the distress, the SOS from the locked bathroom door, you might just have to say, hey,
Hey,
Sorry.
what are you going to do?
what are you going to do?
Exactly. And I've had it happen too with towels.
Yep.
One of my boys,
Oh, yeah.
I need a towel. I need a towel.
Should've
and that
thought of that.
happened 3, 4, 5
Yep.
times. And like, you're on your own. Go
Yep.
get your towel. But I'm naked.
Well, I guess
This is done. We're done, right? Yeah. So
you won't do it again.
So yeah, there's water all over the floor, but hey, doesn't
That's
happen
right.
again. So
That's right. So, got to teach them well.
that's right.
But anyways,
That's
so much fun.
Good
funny,
luck.
funny little conversation. That was really a lot of fun. It's
I like true false.
I do too. We'll have to think
We
of
should
some
do
more,
this more often.
some more scenarios.
Yeah.
On true false.
Yeah.
You guys could come up with one, maybe for the
Okay.
the wife side of things.
Okay.
That'd be great.
We can do it.
I'd love it.
Let's do it.
All right, good deal. Well, thank you for joining us at the General Store from 70X7 Studio. Thanks again to Mike and Carter. And if it's the Lord's will, we'll see you next week right here at the store.